Welcome back to Hofacker Life. Today's episode is a special episode. My daughter Mackenzie asked me to do one of a family tree so that as I'm talking about things, she can figure out who I'm talking about. And so everybody can too. But when your only daughter asks you for something, you usually do it. All right, I'm going to use my fancy lightsaber pointing thing here to show you everybody. So, starting with each great-grandparent and their kids. So, on my great-grandfather, Louis George Hofacker, who we called Grosspa, and his wife, Marie Hofacker, who we called Grossma. Their children were Pauline, Fred, George, Otto, Helen. My grandmother's side, my great-grandfather was Samuel Bear. My great-grandmother was Josephine Bear. Their children were Harold, Mary, Groverleen, Rita, Lillian, and Emma. Funny story about them. Those were their names, but that's not everybody called them. My great-uncle Harold, they called him Sonny. My grandmother, they called her Sissy. Chick or Chickie. Rita was called Honey. Lillian was Babe. And Emma was Snooky. That's just what they were called. Don't really know why, but kind of neat. On my mom's side, my great-grandfather, Samuel Petruzzi, and his wife, Anna Petruzzi, and their children, Anne, Sue, Thomas, Marie, Mella, Sam, Josephine, and Lucille. 8 kids. Obviously, most people called my dad Tom, my grandfather Tom, and then my Aunt Jo, she was called Aunt Jo, and Aunt Lou. The rest of them were named by that. But I'm pretty sure, I know Aunt Anne and Aunt Marie definitely lived to be over 100. And one of these two, Aunt Sue or Aunt Mella, one of them was over 100, but the rest of them all made it into their 90s. Crazy. Very long life. All right, then my grandmother's parents, my great-grandfather Albert and my great-grandmother Margaret. So that is it on the great-grandparents and my great-aunts and uncles. Okay, my grandparents, George and Mary. I put the George Lewis here because of the story of the Louis George and George Lewis, how they messed up his name, and so they called him George Lewis, but he's actually George Lewis Sr. Their children were Mary, Georgiana, George, and Richard, my father. They had 4 children. Then my grandparents, Thomas and Emma Jean, had Tom, Sandra, Steve, Jim, Mark, and Carol. And then my parents had me, well, I should have done it in order, Richard, then me, and then Amanda. So there you go, Mackenzie. An abbreviated family tree. I did not put on all the cousins. I'm sure I will talk about them, but that would just take too long. So that is our basic family tree from my great-grandparents through my grandparents, my parents, me and Michelle. Have a great day.